Hey everyone, sorry I'm late. Yeah, shit just got on top of me. Well, actually, that thing had to work on that thing. Um, yeah, so I guess I've got footage from the brew day last week that I did on Wednesday and Thursday, and I've got some footage of some other stuff that I'll drag up, I think, and some footage from Brew Day on this week as well. So we'll start with, I guess we'll start with my epic pale ale. Just started off on a great note. So yeah, go over and watch that now. Alright, so you might not be able to see this, but it's okay. It's one thing no one likes doing, but unfortunately sometimes it has to be done. So let's lift the lid off that. So it smells like vegetables, and so if I take that out, then this is just going down the drain. 27 litres. Down the drain. Okay. Oh well. So on to the next one. That's a bit sad. It was grassy, vegetable, just not very nice. And what I've put it down to is that so it was like 5.5 kilos of Pilsner malt. And I think 2.5 kilos of that I had sitting for a little bit, already ground or milled. Yeah, already milled. So yeah, I need to invest in a mill. Probably not before I go though, because at the moment I order everything pre-milled. So yeah, I put that down to that. So oh well. Yeah, so brew footage from last week, which I did on Wednesday and Thursday. So that is a vanilla milk stout. So first time doing a stout, first time doing a milk stout, and first time using vanilla beans in a beer. So everyone's kind of said to do 2 or 3 vanilla beans if you're putting them in alcohol first. So I put it in Devil's Cut Jim Beam Bourbon. Great drop if you haven't had it. So I put 4 large vanilla beans in there, and I let that sit for about 3 days. And then and so when was it? Tuesday morning I put the that stout into secondary, and on top of the vanilla beans, and kind of get a faint hint of vanilla, but not much. It's still got to drop a couple of points, so it was sitting at 10-20. I'm hoping for something like 10-13, 10-15, but it might not drop anymore, which means that it's a 4.5% stout, which is fine. So yeah, I'm going to leave that to sit for another 2 weeks, and then I'll bottle it and then leave that for probably a month, so I won't get to try a lot of it before I go, but there'll be some when we get back. And yeah, so it's tasting pretty damn good, I have to say. Pretty damn good. Managed to, oh yeah, so I'll put some brew footage, I'll put some footage in here of that. Okay, so mash is set, doughed in. We're just a degree, well, aiming for 66.7, we got 67.6, so that'll probably drop in the next, well, in the first 2 minutes, and then it'll settle out. So we'll chuck the lid on. Oh, get in there. Alright, so that's set. So we'll come back in an hour, and yeah. Alright, so just Vorloffing, and that's looking pretty black, and it's smelling pretty damn roasty. So managed to keep a good constant temperature throughout the whole mash. Yeah, so pretty happy about that. Nice full body, well, not full body, it's going for a medium body in this puppy. Gotta love my Vorloff jug, since my last one, the handle snapped off. So yeah, so I'll Vorloff about 3 times, I'm guessing. Probably, well, as many as I want, but maybe even 5, just to be sure, you know. So yeah, I'll come back later when we're filling up. So we're just kind of hitting hot break boil, kind of. It's I think what it is. So it's 98 degrees Celsius. But look at that. I don't know if you can see it very well, but look at that nice tan head on that. So in the boil we're going a little bit less traditional. So we're going Pacific Gem for the bittering hops, and then Wakatu just for a little bit of, or Hallertau aroma for a little bit of, I don't know, something extra. So I'm using up the last of my Wakatu pellet hops, and then I'm doing 0.75 mils of Wakatu hop extract. Now, I've tasted it. I don't need to do it again. So, yeah, that boil is just slowly coming together. So we're at 99 degrees now. And, yeah, and then I'm going to add some vanilla beans to the secondary. So I don't know if I'm going to do 1 or 2 beans yet. We'll see how I feel. I think I can go ahead and add some hops here. Wasn't a hell of a lot. So that was 14 grams of Pacific Gem. Sweet, I'll come back with the next one. Alright everyone, so I missed the hop drop, sorry. But so here's the final product in the boil. So it's cooled down. So here it is, going into that white cloud of star sand. So yeah, that's not working out so well, so I'm going to change that. Alright, so yeah, that seemed to go all quite nice. It's definitely, yeah, it's interesting doing because I didn't have time on the weekends, but I don't start work until 1 in the afternoon, so it's having to break up that brew day between 2 days. I've done it twice now, and it's got some advantages and some disadvantages, but at the moment convenience sake outweighs the disadvantages. The disadvantages being that well, for the one that I did this week, I was running a bit behind time, so I didn't get anywhere near the volume that I was after. So pre-boil I was meant to have 33 and I ended up with 28 litres yeah, and then so that's fine. You just have to deal with that. The other thing is that the next day it takes ages to heat up that wort, because it's dropped down overnight here to like 10 degrees or something like that, so it's getting quite cold. So yeah, at the same time I also transferred, so it was going to be my Redneck American red IPA, but because it was I brewed it on the day of a blood moon, it's now called the Blood Moon Ripper. Kegged that, came in at 6.3%, tasting, well, it's a little bit odd, but it's, well, when I say odd, it's different. Everyone seems to like it. I'll have to do a taster for you, but it's kind of got like a residual sweetness there, but a nice balance of sweetness and bitterness, I think. So yeah, I'll do a taster once that's carved up. So moving on to the next footage that I have is from the brew day this week. So this week was a revisit of my Mosaic Pale Ale. So this one, yeah, it's going to taste good, but it's going to be a really, really sessionable ale, and I think it's going to be about, well, it'll be barely pushing 4%, but it smells good, it looks good, and just for something different, so I put some Y yeast 1056 on the stir plate to culture it up, and it just didn't get cultured fast enough in time, so I ended up just dumping it straight on top of the porter, the stout yeast, which was the Mangrove Jack's M07. So I used that yeast the last time I did the Mosaic, and yeah, so we'll see a dark beer yeast with a, well, residue with the light beer chucked on top. So we'll see if the malts, the dark malts, have anything to play on that Mosaic one. Hopefully not. Fingers crossed. I can't cross my fingers very well. Fingers crossed. So yeah, I'll show you the footage of that now, and then that'll be it actually, I think, unless I find some sneaky footage. But yeah, that'll be it. So have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend. Hopefully if you're doing a brew, hope it goes well for you. And cheers to my subscribers, comments, much appreciated. Let me know, yeah, just say hi. yeah, so yeah, I love you and leave you, and ciao. Here we are. Fuck, what time is it? It is 9:15 in the morning, and just heating up the wort that I got yesterday. So it's nice and foggy. It's I think 12 degrees Celsius here, so it's not too cold. It's just really like a Hamilton fog. Alright, so yeah, did the mash yesterday, and then doing the boil today. So yeah, you can't see that because it's gone all foamy now. Geez, it's heating up really quickly, which is great. So if I stir that, it's a lovely golden colour. We've got lots of wasps around here. Yep, so I don't know if you can see that now. So it's a, yeah, lovely golden colour. So this is using the American pale malt, the new one from Gladfields. So yeah, I'm going to do the first wort hop. So that's just Citra, 12 grams of Citra, and I'll come back for the boil hops maybe. Okay, so we've started the boil. It was a huge boil. It came to sort of, I don't know, you can't see, came to it, the foam came up to about here on the pot, so, and didn't, a bit steamy, and didn't go any further, but it didn't want to go either, so just gave it a little stir and it subsided. I will say with that Gladfield's American ale malt that it does seem to be a lot foamy pre-boil. I guess, what does that mean? More proteins or something? I don't know. But yeah, so, and I've got all my hops way measured out there. So we've got, that's all mosaic, and then that, so this is 20 minutes, this is 15, so that's Wilflock and some yeast nutrient. That's 10 minutes, and then flame out 10 minutes steep, or half an hour steep, or whatever it is. So yeah, I'm going to go and have some breakfast now, and then I'll be back to add some hops with 20 minutes to go. Fucking wasps everywhere. Alright, here's 13.8 grams of mosaic going in at 40 minutes. So, oh jeepers, that smells good. So in 5 minutes we've got the Wilflock, oops, and then the yeast nutrient, and then after that it's the big flavour hit, and then a little steep hit because it's a huge dry hop. In this one it's 44 grams of mosaic and 32 grams of Citra for the dry hop for this puppy. So want a bit more flavour this time, so I swapped the huge steep drop from last time. I swapped that to the to 10 minutes. So yeah, it's 27 grams, or an ounce, or yeah, an ounce at 10 minutes, and then 13 grams at flame out whirlpool steep thing. So yeah, maybe I won't talk this whole time, the whole 5 minutes between, so I'll come back. Wilflock, yeast nutrient, done. Oh, back soon. 10 minutes, just under an ounce of mosaic. Boom. So 10 minutes to go of the boil, and yeah, one last hop drop at flame out. Okay, so boil is over, so we'll just unplug that, and then we'll just add these, so this is 13.8 grams of mosaic. So we're just going to give that a 10-minute steep, and before I turn the wort chiller on, yeah, while I do that I'm going to clean some bottles. I have to run out and get some bottle caps so that I've got a fermenter free. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, I guess the next one you'll see is when it's in the fermenter.